What if I told you? The most confident person you know was once the most afraid? What if I told you? Confidence is not something you are born with, but something your brain learns? And what if I told you? Right now, your mind might be secretly working against you? This is not just a video about confidence. This is a story about fear, about identity, about the silent battle inside your head. And by the end of this story, you will understand something powerful. Subscribe now for more amazing and very informative videos, because confidence is not magic. It is psychology. But protection can become a prison. There was a boy named Daniel. Daniel wasn't loud. He wasn't popular. He wasn't special. In school, when the teacher asked questions, his heart would race. His hands would shake. He knew the answers, but he never raised his hand. He was afraid. Afraid of being wrong. Afraid of being laughed at. Afraid of being seen. And slowly, he started believing something dangerous. I am not confident. I am not good enough. I am just not that kind of person. But here's the truth. Daniel wasn't born without confidence. His brain was simply trying to protect him. Daniel didn't know that yet. All he knew was that every time he thought about speaking, something inside him tightened. His chest felt heavy. His throat closed. His mind went blank. It wasn't just shyness. It felt like danger. When Daniel was 8 years old, he stood on a small stage during a school assembly. He was supposed to recite a short poem. He had practiced for days. But when he stepped under the bright lights, he forgot the second line. Silence filled the hall. Someone giggled. Then a few more. He felt heat rush to his face. His ears burned. His vision blurred. The teacher gently guided him off the stage. No one meant to hurt him, but his brain didn't care about intention. It recorded the moment as a threat. Stage equals humiliation. Speaking equals pain. From that day, Daniel's brain did what it was designed to do. Protect him. Inside his brain, a small structure called the amygdala acted like a security guard. Its job was simple: detect danger and sound the alarm. The problem? It doesn't know the difference between a wild animal and a classroom. So when Daniel thought about raising his hand, the alarm went off. Heart racing. Sweaty palms. Tight stomach. His body prepared for survival. And every time he stayed silent, the alarm felt justified. Good, his brain learned. Staying quiet keeps us safe. Avoidance became relief. And relief became a habit. Years passed. Daniel stopped trying out for the debate team. He avoided leadership roles. He let others speak first, always. He told himself he was just quiet. But deep down, something hurt more than the fear. Regret. He would go home replaying moments in his mind. I should have said something. I had a better idea. Why didn't I try? And each missed opportunity whispered something darker. You're not that kind of person. That sentence became his identity. Not confident. Not bold. Not capable. But identity is just a story the brain repeats. And stories can change. The unexpected challenge. One afternoon, his teacher announced a group project. Each group needed a leader. Before Daniel could look down, someone pointed at him. You should do it, a classmate said. You're smart. The room turned toward him. The alarm exploded inside his chest. Say no. Say no. Say no. That was the old script. But something new happened. A small, quiet voice asked a question. What if I survive? It wasn't confidence. It was curiosity. And curiosity is powerful. So instead of saying no, he said, okay. The first meeting was awkward. His voice trembled. He stumbled over his words. But something surprising happened. Nobody laughed. In fact, they listened. One teammate nodded. Another said, that makes sense. The world didn't collapse. That night, lying in bed, Daniel realized something strange. He was still alive. It sounds simple, but to his nervous system, It was revolutionary. The brain updates through evidence. And he had just created new evidence. Speaking does not equal humiliation. One small experience began to weaken years of fear. Confidence didn't arrive like lightning. It grew quietly. The next time the teacher asked a question, his heart still raced. But now there was a new memory fighting the old one. You survived before. So he raised his hand. His voice shook, but he answered. Again, no disaster. Again, new evidence. Psychologists call this exposure. When you face a fear in small doses, the brain slowly rewires itself. This is neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change based on experience. Each brave action told his amygdala, this is uncomfortable, but safe. Fear didn't disappear. It shrank. You know what you practice becomes your reflection, and it 100% becomes your identity. Daniel realized something most people never understand. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that fear is not in control. He still felt nervous before presentations. He still doubted himself sometimes. But he no longer believed the old identity. I am not confident. Instead, a new sentence formed. I am learning. That shift changed everything. Because when you see yourself as learning, failure becomes feedback. Embarrassment becomes training. Fear becomes a signal, not a stop sign. Months later, Daniel stood on a stage again. Another assembly. Another microphone. Another crowd. His hands were shaking. But this time, he understood what was happening inside his body. This is just my brain trying to protect me, he thought. The question that changes everything. So let me ask you something. Where are you staying silent? What stage are you avoiding? What opportunity are you letting pass because your heart beats too fast? Your brain is trying to protect you. But protection without growth becomes limitation. Daniel didn't become confident overnight. He became curious. Curious about what would happen if he didn't run. And that curiosity turned into courage. And that courage turned into confidence. And confidence turned into a new life. Maybe your story is not finished yet. Maybe you are not just that kind of person. Maybe you're just one brave decision away from rewriting the entire script. If this story felt like it was written about you, don't ignore that feeling. This channel isn't just about videos. It's about growth. It's about rewiring your mind. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. So if you're ready to build real confidence, not fake motivation, hit subscribe right now. Subscribe, subscribe and subscribe now. Because the next story might be the one that changes your life. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.